Hey everyone, and welcome to the next Pokemon Productions video game review. And this time, I'm going to be talking about a game that actually didn't take me that long to finish. It was fairly straightforward, but I do want to talk about it anyway. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Wrath of the Mutants. Now, as you can see, it is a Ninja Turtles game, and judging by the art style, it's the 2012 CGI Turtles series, which is actually my personal favourite interpretation of the Ninja Turtles. And the reason it's called Arcade is because this is basically a home console port of an arcade game released in 2017. And I never played that version because I did not know it was out, and even if I did, I didn't know where I would find it. But anyway, let's read the back of the box. Defeat the mutants and save New York. The 2017 arcade classic returns with all new additional levels and bosses. Unleash turtle power. So as you can see there, back of the box, yep. So yeah, this is essentially a port of a 2017 arcade game. And the whole new additional levels and bosses thing, I have no idea which ones they are because I never played the original arcade version, but you know. It is essentially, well, actually, there's not much story I can tell you because it doesn't really have much of a story. It's basically just going through 5 different levels, taking down enemies, and eventually coming across bosses. Like there's the city streets, there's the pier, I think. Then there's the dock, I think, or the park. Then there's TCRI and Dimension X. You face off against all sorts of enemies like foot soldiers, Krang droids, squirrelinoids, mousers, that sort of thing. And it is similar to the Ninja Turtles games of the past, where you would face off against different variations of the enemies, like different colours, different attacks, that sort of thing. And you can get to play as any turtle you choose: Leo, Raph, Mikey, or Donnie. And they each have a specific move. Like Leo has his swords, Mikey has his nunchucks, Raph has his sais, and Donatello has his bow staff. And you can use different attacks and jump attacks and stuff like that. And you can also use different power-ups as well you can find throughout the game, like shurikens. And you can also collect pizzas for extra power, extra health, I should say. And then there's this turtle thing that lets you spin around in an invincible attack for a brief period of time. And if you build enough power, you can use the turtle power move, where each turtle has their own specific move. For example, Leo starts spinning and a massive tornado shows up and sucks all the enemies in and throws them everywhere. Donnie, somehow, they never really explain how these is because it is just an arcade game, he harnesses electricity and shocks every enemy within vicinity. Raph punches his flaming fist into the ground and bash, and all the enemies are there. And Mikey attacks with pizzas. It's, yeah, it is kind of bizarre, but just go with it. Just go with it. And you do run into many villains to fight along the way, like Bebop and Rocksteady, Razar and Fishface, I think. The Creep as well, and Krang Subprime. And there's also Krang from the 1987 show because, of course, in the 2012 series, they had a 1987 crossover, but, you know. And if you beat every level, then you unlock the final level, which is Shredder's Lair. And all you have to do is it's basically just another case of saving April from Shredder. And the Shredder's Lair boss is pretty cool because, of course, Shredder. It is, of course, Shredder. And you face Karai beforehand, his daughter. But once you beat Shredder, I don't know if this is like a secret boss or something, but I actually managed to get it. It probably is part of the game, but I don't know if it... He then becomes Super Shredder. And he then starts to he just becomes more powerful. And that's the true final boss, the Super Shredder. And I just think it was absolutely brilliant that they brought that in. And it kind of makes sense, given that this game did come out in 2017 and that was the year of the last season of this specific iteration. And Super Shredder was introduced in the season before, so it just made sense. And And the voice cast of the show actually did come back to provide new lines for the characters. So we have Seth Green as Leo, Rob Paulson as Donnie, Sean Astin as Raph, and Greg Sipes as Mikey. But yeah, above all, it's a pretty simple game. I will admit it did not take me that long to beat. It took me like a couple of days, I think, or maybe a week. I don't know, but it certainly wasn't that long. So if you're looking for something short and simple, then I say get yourselves a copy of this. It's nice and short. It's nice and arcadey, obviously, and I think you'll have a good time. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, I would say get a hold of it. But if you're a fan of games that take like longer to get through, then I would say give this one a skip because it really is not that long. But above all else, it's still a fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time.